Hello everybody, Shinjo here, welcome back to the channel and to the Gen 3 Pokemon tier list. There are a lot more Pokemon here to rank in this video than the last two, I think actually, I'm not sure. But anyway, I'm not going to waste any more time. The Hoenn base stage starters, they are going to go A tier, exactly like that. Grovyle is going to go instant S tier. Grovyle is amazing. Easily my favorite middle stage, but that's not really that high of an accomplishment, honestly. Sceptile's probably going to go... I think he's going to go below Trico, and Mega Sceptile is going to go below Torchic. Sceptile is fine. I just don't really think it looks as neat as Trico does. No, then again, it's a first stage compared to a final stage, so either way. Combuskin and Marshtomp are both going to go B tier. I just don't care. Combuskin just looks kind of awkward when you compare it to Torchic and Blaziken. And Marshtomp, while he is getting the ground type, it's just looking kind of awkward. Blaziken's going to go above Torchic, and I think Mega Blaziken in as well. Mega Blaziken, even though it is just hair standing up, fire on the wrist, a couple of different other design changes, it must be good. It gets speed boost, and I don't know how much of an attack buff it gets from that to Mega, but it definitely is stronger than the regular Blaziken. Swampert is gonna go below Mudkip right there. I still think Mudkip is adorable. And Mega Swampert's gonna go right over there. I used Mega Swampert in Alpha Sapphire just because I like Swampert and the whole line in general, but he just looks kind of awkward. Chienna, Mightyena, and all of the Zigzagoons, they're gonna go C tier. C tier is reserved for mons that would probably look neat or be neat in general, but I've just never used them. And considering that Poochyena is just the first route encounter, same with Zigzagoon, I've never had the opportunity, and I hope they wouldn't get power crap by the time I get to the later part of the game. Wurmple's gonna go B tier. Wurmple's neat, but Silcoon and Cascoon are gonna go D tier. You can make them look at least a little bit different. The only changes are their eyes and the body color. That's basically it. Beautifly and Dustox are going to go in B tier though, and I think Beautifly above Dustox. Lotad and its evolutionary line are just going to go in C tier again. While it is impressive that they're water and grass types, which I think is still uncommon for Pokemon nowadays, I just never get the opportunity to use them. Seedot and Nuzleaf are going to go there, and I think Shiftry is going to go at least late B tier. Shiftry just looks cool. Tailo and Swellow are gonna go A tier, and I think I like them more than the Megas. I think that's fair. I've never had the opportunity to use them, but considering it's a two-stage normal flying type line, that's certainly different, even though we just had Noctowl in the previous gen. Wingull and Pelipper, the only thing that's really good about them is that they get Drizzle now, but they're quad weak to Electric, and it just looks kind of awkward in my opinion. Ralts, actually I think all of the line is going to go in A tier, but I think a very late A tier, and I think Curlia is going to go down below. Surskit and Masquerain, the only real good part about them is that they get Intimidate. Well, Masquerain gets Intimidate, that's why I'm putting it above Surskit. And as for Shroomish and Breloom, I honestly really like them. The fact that they're a rarer encounter in Petalburg Woods is certainly neat. And considering the grass fighting is kind of an uncommon type, considering we have at least two other mons that I can think of with that typing, I guess it's not really that impressive, but it's still neat. Slakoth's gonna go in B tier. Slacking is gonna go in B tier. Vigoroth is going to go in A tier, right there. I don't know why they felt the need to nerf Slackoth when he wasn't that strong in the first place. Slacking, I understand. But I still don't understand the nerf entirely for Slackoth, but that's just me. Then Cataline is all just going to go in C tier. I feel like a broken record when I say this. There's a lot of mons in Hoenn that are just gimmicks. Here's a gimmick to evolve it. Here's a gimmick for it itself. I don't understand why they have all these gimmicks. Now, on the contrary, Whismur and its family are going to go in A tier. I think Loudred's going to go right in the middle. I think I'm just going to keep it like that. Whismur is just adorable and awkward, and Loudred's definitely the stronger one, but just like Swampert, I like Mudkip more than Swampert, so I like Whismur more than Xcloud. And I'm using one right now playing Alpha Sapphire, so I'm hoping that it actually holds up, but we'll have to wait and see. Well, I will, you won't. Makuhita and Hariyama, they're a B tier. Unfortunately, I haven't played Hoenn as much as probably a lot of other people, so I don't get the opportunity to use these mons. Azuriel's gonna go right there. Same idea as Wynut. We didn't need a pre-evolution to Meryl, and we didn't need a pre-evolution to Wobbuffet, but we got them. Nosepass is going in C tier, primarily for the fact that he's only found in one area, super hard to find for no reason whatsoever. Skitty and Delcatty are gonna be just B tier. If it was for the fact that they had fairy typing, they might go higher, but their stats aren't that good. They don't have a fairy typing, so they're outclassed by any other normal type in the game. Obviously, I like them less than the Whismur line, and I would say, even though I put Zigzagoon and Linoon below them, I would say Zigzagoon and Linoon are more useful because they can learn more HMs. But anyway, Sableye and its Mega are gonna go A tier. Even though the Mega doesn't have too much of a design change, I still like it. Mawile base is gonna go B tier. Mega Mawile is gonna go A. They took a Maw like Mawile and just made it completely broken. Mawile gets Intimidate and then gets huge power, so that's just broken. Aeron's gonna go A tier. Laron's gonna go high B. Actually, no, I'll keep Laron in the same tier. Aggron's gonna go S. And Mega Aggron's gonna go A tier with the rest. Aggron just, I don't know how to explain it. I think it's along the similar lines that I said when I was talking about Nidoking before, where it doesn't have a dedicated monster that it takes inspiration from, like Aggron. It's just a whole bunch of random things put together, and I really like it. Meditite and Medicham and Mega Medicham, they are probably the better fighting type in the game, if you're not counting your starter, just for the sole fact that it gets pure power. So I think that deserves to put them above Breloom. These three are gonna go right here. Electric, Manectric. Actually, I think I'll put Mega Manectric in C tier. I don't know what it gets as an ability when it Mega evolves. I want to say it's Intimidate. I think something gets Intimidate when a Mega evolves, but I don't remember if it's Manectric. But anyway, just based off of design, Electric and Manectric look cool, but Mega just looks kind of weird. I don't know why they went with that design choice, but that's what they did. Speaking of choices that they went with, even though it kind of pains me to say this because Plusle are kind of cute, I'll put them and Volbeat and Illumise in D tier. Actually, Silcoon and Cascoon have less of a reason to exist because they can just make it one Pokemon. But Plusle are useful in double battles. I don't know how useful, but they're somehow useful, I guess. Roselia, if it wasn't for your evolution and pre-evolution probably, you would not be worth it. But you're fine. Gulpin and Swalot, I take a look at them and just think defensive wall stall tactics, I don't like that. Carvanha and Sharpedo, they're honestly gonna go just B tier. I wasn't sure what I should do, but they're gonna go B tier. I personally think there's a better water dark type in the region, and it's not them. Wailmer and Wailord, the only reason I remember these two is because of unlocking the Regis, which is also true for Relicanth, but I can't see Relicanth right now, so we'll save him for later. Yeah, they're fine, but obviously considering it's Hoenn, there's so many water types to use that you have so many options even when you don't pick Mudkip. Numel is gonna go bottom of A tier. Camerupt is gonna go right there. Mega Camerupt is gonna go right there. Numel just looks derpy and adorable. I'm using one right now on Alpha Sapphire for my team. I don't know how well it'll be when it evolves into a Camerupt, so that's why I'm putting it a tier below, but right there. Mega Camerupt, I just don't like the way it looks. It looks like a mop or something like that. I don't know why they did that. Torkoal gets Drizzle or Drought, so I'll put it right there next to Pelipper. Spoink and Grumpig, they're just middle of the road. There are so many better psychic types in Hoenn, not even counting Gardevoir. It's kind of unfortunate. Spinda, why did they make that a Pokemon? I don't understand it. It's a normal type. The only good thing I can say is that it gets Contrary. But in the base Ruby and Sapphire, you can't even get Contrary. Now, for Trapinch's line, I think they're all going to go in A tier. I think they're really cool. But Vibrava is probably the least cool of the three. Cacnea and Cacturne, Cacnea mainly, is helped by the anime. Cacturne's cool as well, but he hasn't been shown as much as Cacnea. Swablu and Altaria, yeah, let's just put them in A tier as well. Give us the first Dragon Fairy type when it Mega Evolves. Oh, that reminds me. Dragon Fairy type. I think I'll put it... Yeah, I'll put it below. Because as much as I like it, it is just more clouds. So it is a little bit on the lazier side. Zangoose and Seviper are going to go B tier. And as a matter of fact, Lunatone and Solrock as well. They're supposed to be counterparts with Zangoose, Seviper, Lunatone, Solrock, but it doesn't really feel like it because they're all just mid. Barboach and Wishcash, the only thing that saves them is that they get D-Dance. But I don't think they can get D-Dance in the base Ruby and Sapphire. So they don't even get that. Corphish, where did I put? Okay. I'll put him right there and then Crawdon above. This is personally my favorite of the water dark types in the region. And even then, I don't use them because I pick Mudkip. But Corphish is funny, mainly from the anime and Mystery Dungeon. Crawdon just looks amazing. Well, kind of amazing. I only put him in B tier after all. Altoy and Claydol are gonna go in C tier. Laleep and Cradilly, I'll put them right next to Gulpin and Swallow because it's the same thing about stalling Pokemon. Anorith and Armaldo, they're neat. A tier above for sure. Feebas, just taking Feebas on its own, it's B tier. But when it evolves into Milotic, very high A tier. And here we go. Cast form, him and all of his little friends go in D tier. Kecleon goes a tier above because it can at least change its type with color change and protein, so it's at least better. Shuppet, Baynet, and Mega Baynet. Shuppet's gonna go B tier. Baynet's gonna go in A tier, and Mega Baynet is gonna go there as well. I really like Baynet, and the Aim to be a Pokemon Master episode really helped it, honestly. I think Duskull can go right there as well. I'll put Dusclops right there. It's, especially with Dusknoir involved, it's another stalling mon, and I don't really care about that. I never really talk about it much, but when I think about Pokemon, I don't think about like stalling out, which is why I don't like mons like Umbreon or even Gulpin and Swallow Up where they can just toxic the opponent and just whittle them down. I don't really like playing that way. I prefer to just go head on. But Tropius, it's fine. I think at this point, it's the only grass and flying type, which is honestly not that good of a typing because it's quad weak to ice, but ice sucks, so it's okay. Chimecho's gonna go right there. Absol and its Mega are gonna go in A tier. Snorunt is gonna go right there. Glalie, actually I think I'll put Glalie right there as well. And Mega Glalie. I think that's fine. I don't think I need to justify Absol. Absol is just... it just looks like a Pokemon. I don't really know how to explain it, but that's fine because most people that play Pokemon probably like Absol in some sense. Some might even have it as one of their favorites, so that's fine. Mega Absol, the only negative I can say is that it's not a fairy type, which that's neither here nor there. Chimecho, I just remember looking around at the top of Mount Pyre looking for it, but it kind of sucks. Might be better than Grumpig though. But the Snorunt line, they're fine. It's unfortunate that they're ice types. Feel, just for being adorable, you're gonna go in there. And Celio and Walrein aren't as adorable, so they're gonna go there. Clamperl, I want to call it lazy, but Shelter is also a Pokemon that exists, so I'll put you in B tier. Huntail and Gorbis, I think they're about on par. I think they're both B tier mons. And there's Relicanth. Where's Wailord? There, right there with Wailord. Love Disc. I don't even think I need to justify that. The only good part about it is hunting it to get heart scales, but yeah. And on that note, speaking of mons I don't like, the Latios Mega Evolutions, they look nothing different, so it doesn't even make sense to rank them. Bagon's gonna go top of B. Shelgon's gonna go top of B as well. Salamence is gonna go A. Mega Salamence is gonna go right there at A. Bagon looks fine. Shelgon, actually, no, I'll put it like that. Shelgon's probably the only one of the line that I really have issue with because it is essentially just a cocoon. But Bagon and Mega Salamence look fine. Salamence just looks amazing. I love the blue and red on it, especially considering that the games are Ruby and Sapphire. Beldum and Metang are going to go in A tier because of course they will. And I think I'll just move the whole line up there because I can't really access S tier from here. Oh, spoilers. Metagross is S tier. And I think Mega Metagross is very close there. Just like Scizor before, I think they're a tier difference because Metagross just looks amazing. The Mega has Tough Claws, which is fair, but it just looked kind of similar to the regular form, which some people might like that, some people might not. I don't know. Metagross is just absolutely amazing. Moving on. The Reggies are probably all A tier, and that's the end of my story there. Latios and Latios, actually both of them are going to go A tier as well. And yeah, let's just put all the forms of Groudon and Kyogre there as well. I want to put, yeah, let's just put Rayquaza there as well. I'll just put everything that I think deserves A tier and above right there. Unfortunately, Jirachi is going to go there. Deoxys and all of his buddies are going to go there. And there we have. So, Latios and Latios, I think they're going to stay A tier. Kyogre and Primal, I think I'll put the Primals below. Yeah, I think that's fair. And Groudon can stay there. Rayquaza base is going to go S tier. And just for making everything broken in competitive Pokemon, Rayquaza is going to the bottom of A tier. Not that that really makes a difference, but yeah. So, in S tier, I have 2 Dragon-like Pokemon and 2 Steel-type Pokemon. Well, Groval's not really dragon-like, but he can learn dragon moves. So then that's what I have in A tier, B tier, C tier, and D tier. I don't really want to list it all off because it's way too much. But if you enjoy, hit that like button down below, subscribe if you haven't. Up next is the Gen 5 tier list because I already did Gen 4. So, look forward to that. I'll see you next time. Momentai.